Okay, so welcome to bonus part 2 as I set my drink down. I said in this episode I was planning to show you my work here as I move into the lights. You can actually see my background. So let me show you what's straight. So here it is, and it's full. This is my hand sketch plan of how the episode was supposed to work that you just saw. With my notes and in the sketch, and you can see it very quite well if I zoom in on where the Kmart building is. You can see several notes. You see like FH2 and FT1, stuff like that. That's former buildings that I've sketched in. For example, it's tiny, but you can see in that little circle there, it says FC, which is former church, which is right here for the current version. I also marked the doors in. So there's the terrace, those wood houses, the old terrace, and the ranches. I've filled those in. I haven't sketched the roads roughly in so you can see where they kind of were. There's the skyscraper and its infamous buildings. There's City Hall. If you notice right here, you'll see like a faint mark of like something similar to this. That's the former. And if I flip it over, that's my notes. If I zoom in a little bit, you see where everything I mentioned, episode numbers when it first appeared, special stories. Like for example, here's the key, including the bridge. First appearance, completed. If it disappeared, it was removed. Was it moved by where it lies? Former forms. Was it reused? More than one use. Major events. So I'll find one, for example, to see where's the factory. So where's the factory? First factory right here. You can just see it by the two there. First factory built. And then the pollution. There's the first bank, then there's the first use of the map. First listed. First mansion, ranches. First terrace, first building. Let's see if I have a fire. There's a thing on here somewhere. I made a note where it says I made the mistake of the where I put the foundation. Let me find intended. There's intended. So there's the church with its intended but messed up. And I made some notes and some stuff like that. So that's this part. But if I flip it back over to the map, I want to give my thanks to other people and stuff I saw before when we make this episode. So first up, I'd like to thank my former history teachers from at least 8th grade up to 12th. Thanks to them for all your knowledge giving. I'd also like to thank the Time Team and its various members and various episodes and specials through the years, including the special Buried by the Blitz, which helped do the bury the terraced houses thing, or bury the foundations. And there were several other episodes where they've done this before, like there was an episode, it was about an old mint, and how it was buried under terraced houses. So there's the example of like the bank or the skyscraper burying, stuff like that. And then actually there is a reference to a certain Time Team member. If you look at where the mansion used to be, you can read my handwriting. It says Aston, or Mansion Aston. The Aston is for Mick Aston, one of the main archaeologists on that show who passed away a few years ago. And they moved into the skyscraper over here. I don't think I made a note of it here, but that's the Aston family side. And on the door itself, on the signs that are above the door of the Aston, it says Rip Mick, which is the reference to the Time Team there. Now, some of this was also inspired by my own talent history. For example, I'm trying to think of an example. So Main Street here. I'm just calling this Main Street. That wasn't its real name, but all this is based on a real Main Street that I have in my town. Except on my Main Street, the city halls and skyscrapers are not near there, but there were terrace houses and buildings all around the main square, or main road. And then if you went off this way, and if you don't assume the mansion doesn't exist, because those are on the outskirts of town, there's a square, and that's where your city hall and everything else was over there. And the big major change represented by the skyscraper also is a reference to another big event that happened here. But it wasn't a building of a skyscraper, it was the demolition of several parts of a square and up to out here a little bit on that map. But okay, this episode's gone longer than I needed to, and I've explained a little too much more than I want to. But thanks for watching and checking this part out of bonus 2 of 2. Actually, I'll go back to my coffee, which is getting cold. And cold coffee is a shameful thing. Drink your coffee when it's warm.